Before we get into this review, I want to say thank you to Shot & Crook Ford in Granbury, Texas. They've been supporting this show for years. As you can see here, this truck is from them. The simple matter of the fact is, while we work great with Ford, they don't always have these things available for us. Shot & Crook always gets them to us as soon as they have them available and we can film them. If you'd be interested in anything from them right now, go see Charles Brockman. His contact info is below. He's been working with us for years.
Woo, it's a hot one. Welcome back to Texas Truck Channel, but we also got a hot truck out here. Brian, we got the Ford Ranger, and the spec we actually like, maybe prefer the most. Brian, what spec is that, and give us all the goods?
XLT, baby. This is a 2024 XLT FX4, which means it has a few skid plates. It's got different shocks, but not Fox stuff, just different valving of a standard shock. And it also has a rear locker with 373 gears. Kind of gives you the baseline to do whatever you want after that. You can add Fox shocks on your own. You can do different skid plates if you want and bed racks and stuff, but what a killer platform. #1 selling vehicle in Australia. This is not nothing. While we don't prioritize it here in America, the Ranger's a big deal in other parts of the world, and I think it should be here. Now, all out of the way, cactus gray, baby. What a color, right? This Area 51, it's all from an era that we really like from Ford. It's one of the best things they've done in a long time. Aesthetically, I'm down with it, Craig. What about you?
This is arguably kind of the best spec looking Ranger out there.
Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. But I will say, an XL is appealing too because it's a little bit cheaper than this. This comes in at $44,000. This truck in XL trim is like right at $39,000 with with a locker and that kind of stuff. All right, let's talk about the goods. Approach angle, Craig's 30
degrees.
30 degrees. That's not bad. That's 10 more than you need to scrape by getting up the main line of the hill.
Yeah, when that first number starts with 3, you're in good shape.
You're in real good shape. Ride height is 9.3. Okay, a little less than I thought, but better than you would think from a lot of vehicles. Like that's not a bad number. That'll get some stuff done. Wheel and tire. Here's where some letdown starts to show up. And it's not the wheel. The wheel looks awesome. I think it looks good. It fits it. It's very Ford, very mid-2015s Ford. I'm down with it. It's a good look. It's still a good look today. Goodyear Wrangler. White letters.
That's good.
That's where the good stops. The rest of it is kind of junk. I'm not trying to be rude to Goodyear. This is one of my least favorite tires on the market, not vehicles, tires. It looks like the trailer of a lawn tractor. Not even the lawn tractor would have this type of tread pattern. And on the highway, it's not brilliant. It wanders a little bit. And in the dirt, it's not very good. We've tested it before and it's been kind of a letdown. But luckily, that's just the rubber. You can do whatever you want with that. So 255, 70/17 comes out to be about a 32-inch tire, a little less than that. So not terrible. Suspension-wise, you have a short long arm design with static shocks. There's no live valve here. There's no Fox. It gets the job done. Now, the downside that might be a problem if you're doing like serious trail work, you might want to get something like that Raptor over there, is the payload on this thing, 1569. That's like half-ton numbers. That's insane. Because of that, it can be a little choppy. It's not a poor riding thing. It's just different than some of its competition. For example, the TRD Off-Road Tacoma in stock form is way softer than this. It might be better for medium-paced trail speeds. Coming on down to the back, we have the same situation, except unlike the Raptor, you don't have the Watts linker suspension. You have a traditional leaf spring. The only way to get a coil sprung rear on this is to go up to the Raptor from Ford. From Toyota, you go to TRD Off-Road, and then you start to get that stuff at a cheaper price. We're at this price point, so that's worth mentioning. Departure angle, Craig?
23.
And breakover?
26.
Not bad. Those are enough to get it done. And
actually the exact same breakover angle as the Raptor, actually.
Okay, very good. Something I do like about this is this tow hook comes out pretty far. So it's actually got a good space from here and there. If you're sliding down like a Moab style object, this is going to save the truck from a lot of damage. That's actually really good.
Yeah, a lot of people complain about that it will grab on off-road objects. That actually helps you.
No, that's a helper.
You want it to grab there.
And also, you don't have to be perfectly level with something. You can be slightly off canter, and this actually tapers up really well. You can actually come off at an angle slightly and be just fine. Let's check out the goodies inside.
All right, Brian, show us what we got. There are some goodies in here. Even though it's not a Raptor, you get a lot of stuff.
There's still a lot to go on. You have a good tilt telescoping wheel, which is ergonomically great. You have a very comfortable seat as well. Now, the downside is the Ranger Raptor gives you like a nice full cluster. This is kind of like a gotcha cluster. The TAC looks like a loading bar, like the engine's thinking about loading.
You get a lot of vertical bars.
A lot of vertical bars, very Bronco of it, actually. So you do have that. In terms of off-road stuff, you do have drive modes, just like the Raptor. You toggle this thing and it goes all the way from normal, eco, who cares, S for sport, tow haul, slippery, mud ruts, and sand. You got some options. That's pretty cool. You also have a 2-high, 4-high, and 4-low transfer case. No 4-auto on this one. And then you have your off-road pages. Luckily, this one has the option check that we care about most, and that's the rear locker. That's a big deal. You also get off-road pages, and it gives you your hitch and angle and all that kind of stuff, and then status of 4-wheel drive and rear locker and that kind of stuff.
All right, Brian, we're going to attack the main line on this. We think we should be safe. Breakover is good.
Yep.
And departure is not really an issue on this hill. What's your mode of attack here?
Let's not waste time with two-wheel drive. I don't think it's going to make it in two-wheel drive. Like, we have to have inertia. We know that from previous testing. Let's go to 4-high, And I think because, let's just give it what it has. Mud and ruts, and that puts it in 4 high, and the rear diff is locked by default.
Interesting.
And traction control turns off on its own. So let's just go with its mode and see what it has.
Okay, there we go. We've got the mode picked. We're ready to go. We're gonna go up the main line, which is the hardest one. I think it'll make it, but it is a dealer vehicle, a dealer loan from Schottenkirk. We don't want to damage this bad boy because someone's gonna buy this and enjoy this thing. But let's see what happens. No slippage because we've got the 4 high helping out and the rear locker, so nothing, no side-to-side business there. We got plenty of approach. No slippage because of the locker. Good. Oh yeah, perfectly clear. 30 degrees is what you need. Oh, bothers. Okay, we got both rear wheels spinning. Now the front spinning. Interesting. Okay. Back up a little bit and go at it again just a little bit.
Yeah.
Brian, we're being let down by the tires.
Just like we thought.
Just like we thought. We've got all the approach in the world, but
Okay.
don't bump it too much because it does compress and it's
We don't
kind
have
of around that bubble.
Right. We don't have Fox live valve to help with dampening, and we
Right.
don't have the Raptor front bumper to help us there. And we also have this tire.
Right.
So we do have a diff locked.
Yep.
We are in 4 high. What I'm realizing now is that with turbo and 4 high, it's surging a little bit. So let's try 4 low, and I want to reset so we're not in the same hole.
Yes. 4 low is going to give you the, okay, let's do that. So just 4 low and see what happens.
Just for driver control, that's all it is.
All right, so we're going to do 4 low, and what 4 low does is it really reduces that gearing down, which is like 270 to 1, something like that. Like you said, he's going to get out of those ruts, maybe a slightly different line just to help out some. And let's see what happens.
There you
Yeah,
go.
got us just enough.
Now, how's that exhaust?
Now you're fine. You have to bump it a little bit. All right, and we made it. You can hear the lockers working there as he tries to turn a little bit. Brian, I'd say a win.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, we weren't being the most frugal with that.
No.
We took a dead straight line on purpose. And if we were wheeling this trail, I would have angled it slightly anyways. So
absolutely.
We do that straight line to be objective from car to car to car to car to car.
Correct.
And we want to keep tire pressures normal and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So before you go in the comments, oh, you guys can't drive, it's on purpose to keep objectivity. But hey, got it done, man.
Well, that kind of goes to show 4 low helped there. The 270 to 1 drive ratio helped out.
Yeah.
They got you up and over, gave you a little more driver control. We had to bump a little bit, get that rear axle up.
Yep.
All that to say, Brian, these tires are a letdown.
Yep. And I will say, if this had a better all-terrain tire, that would have been much easier.
Absolutely. Be sure to like and subscribe and let us know what tire you would put on here after you buy the Ranger. KO3, Wild Peak, let us know. There's a bunch of options out there. Or are we just crazy? Maybe these tires are fine.
We're not crazy.
All right, see you next time.